Wildlife are here today at Sweetwater Wetlands Park with the amazing Amanda, who is a ranger on site. Everyone here at the park has amazing experience and helped to make this special place even more special. Amanda, your enthusiasm is absolutely contagious. We always look forward to seeing you as well as everybody else. But your particular brand, that's what we're here to talk about today.
Thank you so much. I'm so flattered.
Yay. Well, we greatly appreciate your time. We know you all were busy. So thank you so much. Let's begin. Like I said, everyone's greatly experienced here. It's a real wealth of knowledge, and it's a deep bench that you guys have. So tell us, what's your unique experience and background?
My background's a little bit different from most of the rangers you'll find here at the park. You find a lot of ecology and environmental science backgrounds. Mine particularly is animal science. I'm actually a graduate of the Santa Fe Teaching Zoo right here in Gainesville. So I have a wealth of fun facts and animal knowledge. I'll talk your ear out about animals probably longer than you want. But I think it brings a unique perspective and a unique passion to the park for my animal background knowledge.
Now, in regards to Sweetwater in specific, it's a pretty unique place with a unique history. Tell us a little bit about the history and what makes Sweetwater special.
Sweetwater Wetlands Park has an actually pretty rich history. Back in the early 1900s, this whole area, including Paynes Prairie, which we share our southern border with, was owned by a single family known as the Camp family. It was a cattle ranching family, and that was their livelihood. That's how they made their living. In 1927, they wanted to expand on their cattle ranching area, and to do that, they built a man-made canal connecting Sweetwater Branch Creek, which runs through downtown Gainesville, directly to the Alachua Sink in Paynes Prairie. And the sink leads directly to the Florid Aquifer, which is one of the largest aquifers we have. We gave them a little bit of slack. They didn't know what they were doing at the time, but unfortunately they connected a polluted source of water directly to future generations' drinking water. So that's kind of where Sweetwater Wetlands comes in. The city was given a couple options back in 2006 when they did a water quality test on the water going into the sink. Of course, found it was compromised. So the options were to invest $45 million into the current wastewater treatment facility from the 50s, just to update it to handle the economic and population expansion that Gainesville was experiencing at the time, or invest $27 million to reestablish the wetlands, basically turn back the clock, so to speak, on what the Camp family did to the environment. And that's, of course, what we did. So people can come here and experience a fantastic place to see native wildlife in its natural habitat. But at the same time, we're filtering 6 to 8 million gallons of water that we get from the creek every day. So it's a unique and successful park that serves a fantastic purpose.
Wonderful. I know we love it here. All right. And what have you found in all your time working here? What have you found to be the most rewarding?
The interaction for me with the guests is hands down the most rewarding. I love that we have so many people, so many different backgrounds, such diversity of guests that visit the park, but they're all coming here with kind of the same common goal, just to get out and experience nature. They want to come to see the over 250 bird species that you can find at the park. They want to see the alligators that are going to cross the trail. They want to see the deer that are hanging out in the woods, or maybe that elusive spotting of the bobcat off the boardwalk. So being able to kind of experience that with my guests, I'm just as fascinated and delighted as they are. But being able to share it with them and hear their excitement and see just their enjoyment of the experience is just absolutely my most rewarding thing.
Awesome. All right. One of the things that I have noticed, and I myself am most certainly guilty of, is folks, again, including myself, become emotionally attached to some of your resident animals here, especially the sandhill cranes, or anytime you have nestlings. People, I know they sometimes name them, which is, just standard frowned upon, but people become invested in that. So what do you think causes that? Why do you think people find such attachment?
Well, the rangers are just as guilty. We get just as emotionally attached and emotionally invested as the guests for a lot of our normal residents or residents that we can identify out here for the wildlife. But I think people become emotionally attached or emotionally invested in things that bring them constant joy or constant peace or constant fun or entertainment. And you find that and more when you visit the park. You never know what you're going to see. Every day is going to be different. And being able to regularly experience that, regularly be able to see like the sandhill colt as it grows, or learn that the ospreys are using their nest platform for the first time in 7 years since we installed it. It triggers that familiarity, and again, you just get to experience that joy over and over and over again. So that investment, that attachment is I think is a good thing. I think it encourages people to be invested in us.
I'm sure in a place as beautiful as this, there is a lot of rewarding aspects, a lot of beauty, a lot of happiness, but I'm sure it's not without challenges. So what is it that you find the most challenging?
I would say, as far as environmentally, one of the biggest challenges we face here at the park is actually dealing with an invasive plant called water hyacinth. It's a non-native plant. It's not native to the U.S. It was brought over in the mid to late 1800s. It was actually introduced in New Orleans in like a plant exposition as kind of like the new plant to have like in your own private water garden or menagerie kind of thing. After that, it got loose on the St. Johns River here in Florida, and it's now just wreaking havoc all over the state, and several other states as well are dealing with it. So we do manage it here as best we can. We don't want it to blanket over our open water areas. We don't want it to push out and remove the native plants that are providing habitat, nesting, and food for the native birds that people love to come out here and view. So that's one of the things, it's one of the challenges that we really face out here. I'd say one of the other challenges is potentially dealing with guests who may not be as familiar with nature or have the experience with the wildlife that come out here, and just encouraging them to enjoy their visit as safely as possible. Not understanding that if you step off that trail, you may be stepping on a turtle nest, and how horrible would you feel if you accidentally crushed those eggs, or put yourself in a position where you were in striking distance to one of the many snake varieties that we have out in the park, including the venomous cottonmouth. Or even to the point going all the way down to the water's edge, where you may not notice that alligator that's submerged in the water and how quickly they can come out onto the land. So just encouraging and assisting our guests in enjoying the park as safely as possible.
All right, and then if there's one thing that you could pick that would be the most important thing that you would like people to keep in mind when they come to see wildlife, whether it be here or anywhere on the planet, what would that be?
Respect it, enjoy it, get the most out of it in the respect that every day is going to be different. Every time you visit an area, you're going to see new things, experience new wildlife. Make sure that you are comfortable, make sure that the wildlife you're experiencing is comfortable, and like I said before, invest in it, enjoy it, take care of those areas, protect those spaces, and protect the wildlife in it.
Awesome. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, thank you so much for having me out to do the interview with you, and it's been such a delight to see you out here.
We appreciate it.